What's up, YouTube? As you can see, I'm doing another spur of the moment Resin-y clock thing. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Um, these are like everything of mine that I've been doing lately is reclaimed. This was actually old cedar spigots from a deck, and the deck was torn down, and I ran all the spigots through a planer and glued them together, and now I have a clock. It's really thick. That's actually solid. That's not two pieces. That's the CNC cutting, and it only cuts 3/4 of an inch deep because of the bit I had on it. I didn't care, and then I flush cut it with a regular flush cut router bit. So it looks like two different pieces glued together, but it's not. These are actually this one piece solid. It's like an inch and a. How thick is it? Let's find out. It's pretty thick. These were 2 inch, and I planed a lot off. They are an inch and like 5/16 in that area. A little over an inch and a quarter. My arm hurts. But it's a pattern I've been wanting to do for a while. And I saw a drawing very similar to this. And I really wanted to do it. And I've been fighting this. I didn't realize that to get the CNC to do all of this swirly, this is very swirly. There's actually a lot of start end points, I guess, in the CNC. Hey, look, imagine. Every time you have a dot, I don't know if you worked with vector art, but every time you have a dot and change an angle, it's basically the CNC sees it as start end point. So you literally, it's not a big deal other than when you select it to cut it. What's up, man? You have to select like hundreds of individual lines. Because normally what you can do with Fusion, here's the thing. With Fusion, you don't actually have to take the image and make the indent in the model. You can actually make like a round model, and then all of these indents, I can just import an SVG, and I don't even have to modify it in modeling anymore. You can just bring it into the machine and outline the SVG, and then say, cut, use that as an outline and cut anything inside to this depth. Come to find out that's a pain. It's actually easier if you import the SVG, or in this case, I actually ended up building this right inside Fusion. I ended up drawing all of these right inside Fusion because it just ended up being easier. I drew the trees with the line tool, and then I actually did inset it, because then it doesn't see it when you go to hit the manufacturing end in the CNC G code, whatever. It doesn't see it as individual start endpoints. It sees it as a solid face, and to mill away anything that's in that face. So yeah, lesson learned. The easy way is actually the easy way. The way you would think you would normally do it, and everyone says not to do it, is the way you actually end up doing it. But I really like it. It came out. It's not perfect. I thought I had made these 12 by 12. I didn't. I made them. They were cut 12 inches long, but when I glued them together, I forgot to take off the amount I planed, because I measured one that was unplaned, and by the time it was all done, it was only like 10.5 inches. So these dots were originally made to be on the outside, and it was going to be another like inch diameter bigger. And this tree and the base and everything was going to come down like into the base of the clock more. But I still like it. It came out all right. I had to do this on the fly. I literally started cutting, and I went, oh crap. So I actually aborted it when it wanted to do the dots, which would have been out here and wouldn't have hurt anything, but why have them cut it when there's nothing there to cut? And then I ran in here real quick and redesigned the dots to go inside. So, and I like it. I think for the resin, I kind of like it just the way it is, but I definitely want to put resin in it because you can see how the CNC works, and I don't have anything that can get in all these little itty bitty crooks and crevices for sanding. Otherwise, I would sand it and leave it. So So I'm going to resin pour. I kind of want to anyways because I want to darken this, but just a little. And it's just going to be one color. I'm not going to do multiple colors. I'm just going to slightly like put a golden brown inside the crevices. I'm hoping, and here's the other thing. It's hard to see. You guys probably can't see it, but the ring is actually a millimeter higher than the trees, right? Or is it the other way around? Yeah, it's a millimeter higher than the trees, although the trees didn't cut all the way down. The thought was the ring would be a little bit lighter than the trees because the resin would be a millimeter thicker when it all settles. We'll see. I don't think it's going to make a particle of difference. But we need to mix up some resin. And I don't have my clear cups. I have no idea what I did with them. But I can use these because I'm smart and know what I'm doing. Right. And quite honestly, I don't think it matters as much as they make it out to, at least in my case. I am going to add alcohol again. That worked quite well. And I have pre-cleaned this, and I sprayed it with polyurethane and lint. Believe it or not, what's up, Viking? I found these brushes that I originally bought from my 3D printer and I never used much on the 3D printer because after I thought about it and I bought them and I used them once and I looked at it and went, that's dumb to use a metal brush on your 3D printing. Drinking this early? No. Water. I didn't even have a cup of coffee yet. Not even a cup of coffee yet. And I probably won't today. And I got to stop drinking coffee. And I've had no painkillers. I have stupid high blood pressure. Like, they want to take me to the hospital high. And I'm like, no. So, no coffee. No, whatever they call them. Ibuprofen-y. Basically, anti-inflammatories. They all give you high blood pressure. I guess. I don't know. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, that'll be plenty. I'm only doing the one color. So I can remix it. But yeah, if you use these in the wood after you do the CNC, it's really, really good at taking the hairs off without like doing any other damage. I was a little concerned at first. I've done it a few times now. I was a little concerned it was going to, tear somewhere. Like it'll grab a hair and it'll peel it, especially with the cedar being so soft. But it works absolutely beautifully. I mean, this was a mess all around the tree. And I took this and it didn't take me 2 minutes to clean it up and get it looking nice. And I mean, it's not perfect. I wish I had a way to get in there and sand it, but ain't happening. I don't have the stuff to do it. So that's life. I was actually thinking I'm going to try for sanding in this small stuff. I won't get into everything, but I'm going to order some emery boards, like chicks use to do their fingernails. What's up, Jerry? So, yeah. Let's put some gloves on and get some nasty, goopy stuff out. Nasty, goopy stuff. Let's go with let's see, this is A. And I'm probably going to make way too much, but that's all right. And squeeze it in until I hit that line. You just ordered some of this, you said, right here? I mean, it may not be the exact same brand, but same size bottle. What is this thing? 16 ounces. And this was actually, I'm going to put the other bottle in this. I keep saying that, but I haven't yet. Clear cup. Pour it in. Stir it up. Measure it out. Get equal amounts. Need to get like a silicone spatula for doing this. Like I said, I think this is close enough. I'm probably putting too much in there. But that's okay. Bring it up to the line I drew. I've got to say, I haven't done a lot. I've been doing like a lot of these, minor infill clocky type things. So these bottles, I mean, I've done a lot of stuff with this bottle, and I'm getting low. I got to order a new one, but it's like $20 or something, $25. It wasn't ridiculous. I was like, oh, I'm gonna run out in no time using that. If you're doing full on pours where you're covering the whole thing, yeah, you're only gonna get one or two with that bottle. But when you're doing these inlays like this, I've been getting plenty with it. Used it up already? So what'd you do? You did big fills with it. Just like I was saying. Because I've had that for a while, and this is, I don't know, 10th or 12th item I've freaking done with it. More. I got a buttload of freaking, I shouldn't say a buttload, there's probably a half a dozen or more, 8 or 10 of the Rep Box N Bot cap switch. Burning wood smelly. Yes, it is. It is very smelly. But yeah, this has all been cut, sanded, pre-treated. I sprayed it with some polyurethane last night, which was not an easy thing to do because it was below freezing. So I had a little oil heater out there, which I have running now. It actually kind of warmed up that big ass garage. I can't believe that stupid little thing did. But I put the heater underneath one of my Black & Decker workmates, those benches, that I did the oak tops on. And they're about 6 inches taller than that heater inside. So I opened them up. I put a put a box on top of the workmate, put this in the can of paint in it, and the heater underneath it. So the heater's not covered per se because it's, the box and the can and this thing were all 6, 8, 10 inches above it. So it's still fully, airflow, but up above it is the box. So all the hot air is flowing right up into the box and swirling around this thing, but it's still letting it breathe. Why would I crack the door? Oh, for you. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yep. Yeah, get a little like a bathroom fan and mount it on the wall or a dryer vent. Just run the dryer. That way all the clothes in the dryer suck up all the smelly wood fire and they smell like wood when you put them on. But it vents all the wood outside because it pulls it out of the room and vents it outside. Stirring. Let's add some colors. What color do we want? We want kind of a brown, which this thing doesn't have a flat out brown. But I think a little golden and what do I want to add to it? I'm not doing any of these glitteries. The golden is yellow, very yellow. And it's not very bright yellow, but it is yellow. And then I think I'm just going to add a little drop of black, like a drop. Let's see if I can darken it up. I just want it a little bit darker than this. Like just a little. The black might have been too much. It was just one drop. But that's okay. Well, it's a transparent deep black. I don't know, you can't probably see it, huh? You know what? May not be black enough. Now that I see it's transparent-y. It's kind of a goldeny yellow. I don't know, can you see it? It looks blacker in the cup, but the minute you thin it out a little, it's very yellowy. I actually think I want to add some red or the fuchsia to give it a pink as the rose. We have some orange, pink, that's the golden, that's the black, that's pure red. There's like 4 different reds. Fuchsia. Have I even opened this one yet? Yep. Put a drop of fuchsia in there. Or 2. That should darken it while giving it a reddish tone. Right? Might be too red now, but that's alright. Might actually add a purple just to darken her blue. What do you think? What color should I add? I don't know. You guys probably can't see the color, huh? Like a yellowy. It's actually not bad. Very similar to the lighter colors up here. I am going to add a drop or 2 of rubbing alcohol to thin it out for the syringes. It might have been a little much, but that's all right. This isn't exact science. This is llama science. What's up, Ryan? Now I'm in trouble. King Harasser's here. He's the king harasser. He harasses me constantly. Just kidding. Ryan's a good dude. Stirring. It's kind of got dark. I guess cloud went over the sun. I don't know if that's dark enough. It's really not. It's like almost clear on the wood. It basically is clear. More color. Add a little more black. It's probably too much now. Well, I'd rather it be a little black than too light in this case. They want to darken the trees up a good bit. Yeah, it was more of a squirt. You're absolutely correct. You know what? Oh, well. Llama science. This is not real science. This is llama science. Yeah, that your printer there, I can't even pronounce that. You and your foreign words. They're Viking, but that printer, it's looking good there, buddy. That thing looks like it's going to be cool. A little darker, a little bit. Not a lot. Well, yeah, actually, I kind of like that. It's kind of more black than I was originally going for, but let's add a drop of what will make it browner. Golden. Actually, orange. If I had orange, then yeah, let's add a drop of orange. Oh, the orange hasn't even been cut open yet. Oh, I have no what I'm doing. What's up, Mom? Just a drop. Let's put 2. 2 drops of orange. So I want to brown it. And then a green or blue will help brown it up, or a purple. I think we got a purple right here that's all open. The orange and purple will make a brown color over just black. Great, sure. Color science, man. Again, not real science. What's up, Cindy? That's getting more what I was looking for. Yeah. All right. I am going to use the needle point because it's not really a needle. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a metal tube. It's not really a needle. But it allows me to get into really tight spots accurately. And I guess let's get to it. The only problem with that is it's hard to suck it in through that. It's so small. It's already clogging. Probably should have drilled it out. Oh well. I need more paper towel. So I can dip the tip. Let's inject some resin. Okay, that's not wanting to come out. And let's just inject it into the corners. Anywhere it'll go. And it's somewhat self-leveling, so I don't need a lot. I think I gotta take the tip off to pull it in. I should have used a new syringe too. That's all right. So I got a big load now. And if I clean it off and then stick the tip on, which I have a hard time doing with the gloves. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, it's flowing now. And again, you guys probably can't see much. This is cut pretty deep. I think I did 5 millimeters, which for this kind of thing is kind of deep. But I do want to keep it kind of shallow. You just want to color it. You don't want to fill it, if that makes sense. Going to find out how well the tape holds on the sides. Hopefully it runs into these tight spots all on its own, like it says it should. Let's fill in some numbers, dots. It was a little too much, maybe. I think I'm going to take some out of those. Especially this one. And this one. Could have thinned it down more, I guess. Makes it easier to go in and out of the syringe. But I didn't want to thin it too much. I think I thinned the other one a little too much, which is why it didn't go shiny again with my mother's clock. And injecting resin everywhere. It's very resiny. Meeting with the IRS, that sucks. Why would you do that? Okay, the color came out really good. At least it is so far. It's almost exactly what I was looking for. It's like a darky burnt brown color. Okay, don't catch. What are you catching on? Must be something in the wood right there. What I'm doing now is running the point of the syringe around to make sure there's good surface contact, and it fills in all the holes proper. And here we go up against the blue tape. Hopefully, we'll find out in a few hours. Oops, there might have been too much there. We'll find out in a few hours if the blue tape will seal. Wow, I got a lot of resin left over. I'm pretty much done. Everything looks about even. Looks about even. What do you think? Looks a little darker than it actually is in the camera. It's kind of transparent, which I wanted. You can sort of see the wood grain through it, which I wanted. This one's all goopy. I will get a clean one, even though my fingers are all goopy already. I don't need to double up my goop. And just run it to get the surface tension off the thing so it doesn't bubble. Oh, there's a hair right here. Looks like a cedar bit. A piece of wood grain. Go through here and just make sure it pushes in all the little points and little areas that I can't get that thing. It looks like it's doing it quite well on its own. Much better than I thought it would, actually. Not getting in this one, though. Might have to inject more resin in there because it feels like it's just because it's below grade. And run around with this stupid little cedar stick. This is cedar. This is a bamboo stirring stick. It's actually not even a stirring stick. It's a shish kebab barbecue stick, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's it. think I'm going to like it. What do you guys think? Does it look cool? Does it look awesome? I kind of think it does. I got a lot of resin left over. I wish I had something else to fill, but I don't. You know what I should have done? I should have put this tape on and then put a little bead of CA glue there and hit it with accelerator. That would have sealed it. I didn't even think of that. That would have been a good way to seal the tape to where the tape is right on the edge here. And not let it seep out from underneath. Okay, I guess I gotta go set this in a nice level spot and leave it the hell alone. And let it cure for 24 hours or so. Get it up on the sidewalls. And as you can see where I polyurethane sprayed it, I don't go too much in it. Not bleeding at all, which is awesome. Kind of what I wanted. It sucks them out of this hole. And this one looks like it's got a little more than the others. No, let's say I went too far. Put a couple drops back. That looks good. Let's see, how do they look? This one looks a little thick. And that's about it. You know, it looked pretty good. I think I'm done. I think I need to put this on my level over here. Get all this crap off the wax paper so I can take it with me. I wish I had another thingy cut. And I was gonna, and I said, screw it. I figured this would take more than it did. You know, the trees, even though they're not huge, there are large areas. Oops. I touched the mouse. No, I'm not going to touch the mouse again for a second because my hands are covered in resin. Off to a level spot to sit. And then we can, I guess I'm throwing this out. It's kind of sad. There's a lot of resin there. Funny. Funny, Ryan. Funny. I wonder if that stuff will melt styrofoam and create all kinds of nasty off gases. I just poured it on a chunk of styrofoam in my garbage can. Let's not. Let's say we did. Let's not touch this. I shouldn't have taken my gloves off quite yet. Oh well. This one hasn't been used. This is garbage. Because I need, and I should have done it before I got rid of the other cup, but I need to run some alcohol through here to clean it out. That was brilliant, you dumbass. Too much paper towel. And that, my friends, is that. Let those dry. Throw this in the garbage. And it's just rubbing alcohol with a little bit of resin, so pour it on a paper towel. I'm probably going to die from off gases or something. Someone's going to tell me. Yeah, it's all right. There's worse things to die from, I guess. So that's that. And we are done with the resin pour. How long have I been going? Half an hour or so. I didn't even get goopy anywhere. My fingers are still tacky from being inside gloves. I don't know about you guys, but it almost feels like you get resin on your fingers from wearing gloves. Rubber gloves make my hands like yucky feeling, but that's life. It goes away. So, anyways, that was that. Time for some. Can you see the other one? It's down my mother's. I got pictures, I think. Did I take pictures? I think I took a picture. Did I take a picture? Did I save the picture? I know I took a picture. There it is. Let's see, over here. Share screen, window, this one, share. There you go. That's mom's clock all said and done. Probably everything. The glitter didn't really pop. I thought the glitter would go to, settle to the bottom of the resin. It really kind of doesn't. It kind of comes to the top. So when I sanded it down, most of the glitter went away. There's still some, but the resin didn't buff up shiny, even with the polyurethane. It's got 3 coats of semi-gloss polyurethane on it, and the resin didn't become shiny again. I think partially, I'm just guessing here, but where I add rubbing alcohol to it, might mat it out a little where I thin it, because it's probably not made to be thinned, and rubbing alcohol breaks it down and cleans it up, but also evaporates and it thins it. I find the resin's really thick. By adding rubbing alcohol, I can thin it out and get it through that syringe. Yeah, that came out nice. She loves it. She wanted me to do another one with all the leaves, like all the kids and cousins and nieces and nephews, and put their name on each leaf. I'm like, yeah, no. Not happening. Too much time, energy, work. That would be a cutesy some other day, but yeah, I like that. It came out better than I actually thought it would. It wouldn't be that bad with the CNC if it was bigger, but to try and cut people's names into that old, heavy grain oak and try and carve people's names into it that small would just be near impossible. Just more because of the wood. The wood just got too heavy of a, grain texture to it. But it came out all right. Looks nice. It works. Works better than that piece of crap $9.99 freaking Walmart thing she's had down there for 10 years. that keeps dying and stop working, and it clicks and clacks. It's the one thing I like about these cheap. The freaking clockworks that I get are stupid cheap, and I keep thinking, oh, they're so stupid cheap. And everyone I've talked to that do these like clocks, they're like, you can get American works, or you can get the Chinese ones, or they call them Asians. They're not actually Chinese. A lot of them come from Japan and Taiwan. But the difference is the American works. There's really no difference in the mechanics or anything. The only difference is the American ones go click, click, click with the second hand, I guess, and the Chinese, the Asian ones, there's just the second hand's a smooth sweep. And everyone's like, most people would rather have the Asian ones because you don't hear it going click, 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 click. No, the resin actually did run. It bled pretty heavily. I had to sand that down a lot because it ran. This one it didn't because I pre-coated it with polyurethane. And there's actually, if you look at that other one of my mother's real close, the colors did bleed into the wood quite a bit, actually. I mean, there's areas around the leaves and around the trunk where you can see the bleed real heavily into the grain of the wood. But you really have to get up close to see it. I forgot. I would have sprayed it with polyurethane beforehand. I just spaced it. This one, that one, I just did just now. I sprayed steel wooled it or metal brushed it. That's again, I find these things like invaluable for the CNC for cleaning up the hairs, especially on the softwoods. The hardwoods don't break up as much from the CNC. Softwoods fray really bad. And you just take one of these things, stainless steel brush, and run it over it, and you don't bear down, but you basically like just run it around. It knocks all the little hairs off without stripping anything back. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to kill it now. It was fun. It was interesting. It's a good time. Have fun. Everybody have a good day. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Kind of lost track of the day for last weekend. Mom's been really sick for last week. I'm getting ready to take her to the hospital. But that's just life. So yeah, I'm going to kill it. Y'all have fun. Have a good day. See you. Bye.